Another year has come to a close and we can remember all the great Mazda moments. But I think if we're going to label 2022, it'd have to be the year of the CX-50. And I can't get enough CX-50. The question is, can you? And can other parts of the world? So we're going to jump in a few highlights of Mazda from the past year, including sales totals of December and the entire year. What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan Sewell, sales at Mitchell Mazda on the Boulevard in Enterprise, Alabama. And in this Mazda news update, we're covering year-end totals, December totals, and lots of highlights from 2022, specifically CX-50. So jumping into this Mazda news update, we do have a few highlights from 2022 to cover before we jump into the vehicle sales totals. Of course, you remember in January, there was big news as the first CX-50 rolled off the line. Mazda North American Operations President and CEO Jeff Guyton drove it down the assembly line. They had quite an event there talking about the first Mazda in a decade to be assembled here in America. Then, just a few months later, the CX-50 began its sales, quote unquote, in April, but of course, a few landed there at the end of March. So April was the first full month of CX-50. A few months later, remember that we started exporting those to Canada, and then a few months later to Mazda Mexico. But something I haven't reported on yet is last month, they went a little bit farther south into Colombia, and we'll have more about that in just a minute. Big news is about safety. Mazda Safety is still number one for 3 consecutive years. Every Mazda vehicle tested was rated a top safety pick plus by the IIHS. And of course, that includes the Mazda 3 sedan, Mazda 3 hatchback, CX-30, CX-5, CX-9, and yes, the newcomer, the CX-50. And let's just talk about the final numbers of 2022. And we'll start with December. So Mazda North American Operations, or the USA numbers, were 27,292, which was a pretty substantial decrease year over year, a little over 40% of a decrease compared to 2021. Certified pre-owned sales in the US for December was 5,080, so a good strong certified number coming back up 33% stronger than December of 21. Our neighbors to the north, Mazda Canada, finished December with 2,739 units, up 40.6% over last December. Our neighbors to the south, Mazda Motor de Mexico, a strong 7,184, up 52% over last December. So great job. And Mazda Motor de Colombia, further south, at 1,410, that was up 1.7% over December. So congratulations to all of you new Mazda North American operations owners in the US, Canada, Mexico, and Colombia. Congratulations again. Thank you for your business, and we look forward to you continuing to grow your Mazda passion. Now they are assembling the CX-50 in China as well. It will not be exported from Alabama, however. It will be assembled in China. And the question that I have is, do we still love it after 1 year? Will 2024 see an increase in production and sales in America? Or will Mazda continually export more north and south from Alabama? That's something we're going to have to wait and see. Drop a comment down below if you think that the CX-50 will reach the 150,000 point of production, and if we'll see continued increases of CX-50 as we look at the year-to-date here in a minute of what we sold in 2022. Now let's jump into the total 2022 breakdown. We will go over these totals, then jump into the model by model December breakdown, including some year-to-date totals for them as well. 2022 in the USA finished at 294,908. I thought we had enough push to get to 300,000. That was an 11.4% decrease of 2021's 332,000 units last year, but a great finish considering we had more and more production woes. Our neighbors to the north, Mazda Canada, finished 49,874. They were down 19.8%, but a good strong finish. Mexico pulled it out strong with 48,274 units, an increase of 2.9%. And Colombia, our new neighbors to the south, finished at 17,738 units, which was a 26.5% decrease. So I'm sure it was a trickle-down effect of those production woes. Now let's jump into the model breakdown. Starting out for December of 22 of the Mazda 3, it totaled 1,986. And you can see the breakdown there of sedan and hatchback. Shooting over to the edge, total Mazda 3 for 2022 was 27,767. Dropping down to Mazda 6, none in December. However, 335 left and sold in 2022. The MX-5 Miata had a great increase from 21, 738 in December, which was a 250% year-over-year change. And that moves over to 6,171. CX-3, of course, no deliveries in 2022. CX-30, December, 4,298, which was down a little bit compared to 21. But total, 52,808 for 2022. CX-5 keeping it strong with 13,512 in 22. An increase year over year. Then that 22 total of 151,594, which was only a 10% decrease. CX-9 coming in strong. December sales 3,695, which was a big increase year over year. And 22 total 34,580, which was an increase year over year. CX-50 December 3,063. Total sales in America for 22, 21,329. MX-30, no sales in December, 324 year to date. And that brings your total for December. Cars, 2,724. Trucks, 24,568 for a December grand total of 27,292. Moving over, cars, 34,273. Trucks, 260,639 for a grand total of 2022, 294,908. So great job. Congratulations again to all of you Mazda and new Mazda owners. Thank you for your business, and we look forward to growing our Mazda passion together. Looky what I have here. I'd like to give a shout out to John Macbeth from Nevada on these great brochures that he sent actually from Mazda Japan, the homeland. I think that wraps it up for me here on the Boulevard in Enterprise. I'll keep my ear to the ground for all the latest Mazda news. Please drop a comment below if you purchased a vehicle in December and what you purchased so we can give you some hearts. And I look forward to all of your comments and all of your questions moving forward as we look forward to a great 2023. I'll be here, you'll be there, and I'll see you on the next one.